Sri Ramakrishna suffered from a sore in his throat. It gradually grew worse and he learned that he had cancer. All his devotees and disciples came forward to help him. A garden house was rented for him at Kosipore. Many young disciples stayed with Sri Ramakrishna in the garden house and took care of him. NAREN spent most of his time at Kosipore. He sometimes went to Kolkata on his family business but spent most of his time with Sri Ramakrishna. NAREN led the disciples in serving Sri Ramakrishna. They used to sing, study and discuss the saints' great qualities. NAREN had a great desire to see God, for he felt that seeing God was the only purpose of his life. He spent a lot of time in meditation. Following all the techniques taught by Sri Ramakrishna, he forget the outside world while meditating. One day NAREN and Sri Girish Chandra Ghosh, a renowned poet and dramatist, sat under a tree for meditation. Girish tried to meditate but there were mosquitoes that disturbed him. He opened his eyes thinking that NAREN also was not able to meditate. His surprise though, when he opened his eyes he saw that the mosquitoes had covered NAREN's body like a blanket, but NAREN was lost in meditation. One evening while meditating, NAREN forgot the outside world as usual. When he meditated, his mind was fully occupied thinking of God, which gave him immense happiness. This experience is called Samadhi. Sri Ramakrishna told NAREN to look after the young devotees and to make them practice meditation. One day, Sri Ramakrishna asked them to beg for food from door to door as hermits. They followed his instructions and offered the collected food to Sri Ramakrishna. He ate it with great joy and said that such food was always pure. He gave ochre robes to the boys and initiated them as monks. On August 16, 1886, Sri Ramakrishna passed away leaving his disciples in great sorrow. Some stayed back at the Kosipore garden house while others returned home. NAREN started to organize them into a monastic brotherhood. The young monks could not stay at Kosipore as the rent of the house was very high. They shifted into a smaller house at Baranagore. It was an old house. The garden was full of weeds and cobras. It was an awful place but the monks lived there since it was affordable. Not having much they ate rice and boiled leaves for many days. NAREN and the others thought only about God. He went to boys who returned home and persuaded them to join the monastery. They meditated, sang songs and discussed the religious ideas of all the religions as taught by Sri Ramakrishna. They all took the monastic vows of sannyasa. They also took new names, but when people spoke to NAREN they often referred to him as Swamiji. Like, share and subscribe.